been very interesting to me in the last 24 hours. An issue that I've dealt with and have addressed many times in the past came up in two different contexts in a very clear, significant, and serious way. And so I thought I would speak to that today, because this is a very important disciple-making issue. And if you saw last week's video, I was also outside in the same place out with my friend, grading a road, recording a video on this beautiful day. So what happened, just going through a gully, nearly did a face plant in the snow. Would have made for an interesting face print. I was meeting with a group of church leaders last night about some internal conflict issues in the church. And one of them, one of the other people in the meeting, on the elder, raised the issue of gossip. How some of the challenges that the church is facing were related to the whole issue of gossip. And I shared with them how, in the transitional context I go into, that gossip, when there's a church conflict or church crisis, gossip, if not the cause, is certainly a complicating factor. In fact, one time, I was asked in a congregational meeting at the start of a transitional situation if there was any common factors that I came up against in church conflict and church crisis, church transition. And the answer was easy, because there are two, and the issues are governance and gossip. Governance issues, leadership issues, things that leaders have done or often haven't done that have led to complications. And of course, gossip that takes any situation and stirs it up and just makes it worse. And so we talked about that. And then I was talking to a friend, and they shared with me about a family situation, a family challenge, and how gossip was a part of that. How gossip complicated the whole family, extended family situation, and made things worse than they should have been. That took a relatively minor issue, made it a big, potentially relationship breaking or relationship challenging issue. I'm walking up a hill here, which I don't usually do when I'm speaking. You can't really tell. It's not a super steep hill, but it's been going for a while, so I'm breathing a little bit. When I speak on gossip, I talk about the whole concept of triangling, which I don't use to make it seem less serious, though the idea of a triangle sounds, so mild. It's a simple shape. It's a musical instrument. Ding ding. Triangling. How bad is that? Well, basically, triangling is, if I've got a problem with Bob, I go talk to Bill. Got a problem with that person, so I talk to that person. And what I've done is I formed a triangle. And I've talked to somebody who can't help resolve it. If I got a conflict with a fella, if I got a conflict with Bill, I talk to Bob. Bob can't really help, generally. And Bill's left out in the dark, and he can't respond. And the way it works psychologically is, I feel good from having unloaded. I maybe have made myself feel good about it, because I probably have told only part of the story, the part that makes me look good and Bill look bad. And Bob feels good because, hey, he's being shared, some deep relational secret, and it makes him feel special and significant. And so 2 out of the 3 people in this triangle get this immediate gratification. The book of Proverbs says that the gossip goes down like a morsel. Gossip tastes good. It feels so good to us. And so what happens then is the relationship just kind of gets built in these triangles. And then maybe Bob will talk to somebody else about my problem with Bill. Another triangle's built, another triangle's built, and things get quickly out of hand. What I found is a couple things that can help this systemically in a church or for an individual disciple is, A, to recognize when that's happening. That anytime I have an issue with someone and talk to somebody else, I'm creating a triangle. And a triangle, if you turn it a certain way, it's like a wedge. It becomes a wedge in relationships. And relationships are really the currency, the purpose, the top priority of the kingdom. John 17, Jesus prayed for unity. Our whole our whole mission really is about reconciliation of people to their Creator and people to each other. It's about us relating rightly to other believers and to those who don't know the Lord. It's about relationship, and gossip is a wedge that blows up those relationships. So in a way, it's important to understand that fighting gossip is frontline spiritual warfare. That gossip is a key way that relationships are broken, and we're all about reconciling relationships. So it helps if you recognize, start to see this pattern that when you have a problem with this person and you talk to this person, you formed a triangle. And that actually, having that knowledge actually helps you spot it and hopefully stop it and repent of it. The other thing that helps is what I've already mentioned, is that just realizing how very serious it is, how much pleasure it gives to the enemy, how much pain it causes to the body, how much it really flies in the face of the gospel and what Jesus is about. And we need to then get in a place where we're so good at recognizing these triangles that when a triangle is being formed by us, we stop. And when someone else tries to recruit us into a triangle, that we stop them and say, hey, if you've got a problem with so-and-so, don't talk to me, talk to them. That takes some courage, because instead of receiving that feeling of significance and gratification from being confided in, maybe they even ask us to pray for this person who's such a problem, we actually risk damaging that relationship just a little bit. And so we actually have to be, put on, as one of my friends says, we have to put on our big boy pants and just do the right thing regardless of what other people are doing. So gossip, dealing with it, stopping it, is a huge frontline disciple-making issue. And I just want to encourage you, as they encouraged me through talking about this, to deal with it dramatically and significantly. And here comes my buddy in his grader. See if I can catch him coming up the hill. Where is he? Oh, there he is, coming up the hill. So I guess it's time to stop preaching and maybe have a coffee or something. God bless.